What up, everybody? Been a damn minute.
We back.
Yeah.
What's up, Sick Lag?
Sick Lag, you know. Down from Miami. Feels weird to be back, but just because it's cold as shit. It's the only reason it feels so weird. But
The cold definitely knocks some sense into you, man.
Yeah, I'm definitely just happy to be back, though. Like,
Oh.
I've been wanting to make a podcast for a minute.
Yeah,
It's been a grip, bro.
it's like 18 degrees out today.
Oh,
Fahrenheit.
God.
The
something
cold
like that.
is thy only teacher.
What is
Some
it?
wind.
What's the
Some
temperature
wind.
like down in Florida right now?
Like 75.
For real?
Yeah.
So that's like a world of a difference coming
Go back
here.
on Monday. It's going to be 81 the whole week.
That's like going from the fucking Galapagos Islands to like Siberia.
Dude, literally, it's what it feels like. My body's just like, yo, like, why would you do that? Like, why would you leave?
You're sending me through shock right now.
Yeah, dude, it's just crazy because, like, coming from Perrysburg, the smallest, like, suburb city, like, no crime rate whatsoever, and
Yeah.
then going to the heart of a, like, one of the capitals, well, not capitals, but one of the bigger cities in
Capital of crime. I mean, drug
Yeah.
crime for sure.
Is it
Yeah.
really?
one of
Yeah,
them.
bro. Yes. Still.
Human trafficking is up down there as well.
That'd be it.
I mean, it is in Toledo as well.
Yeah.
true.
Like Toledo's
That's
one of those prime spots.
But
for,
yeah, definitely it's one of the weirdest, like, because, like, the cop sirens 24/7, someone
Yeah.
honking 24/7.
Yeah. So talk a little bit about the culture shock.
Dude, everyone speaks Spanish. Like you have a 0% chance of getting in an Uber with someone who speaks like very fluent English. So like
Yeah.
they'll be like trying to talk to me, and I'm like, I have no idea. Like they'll be like,
Was that a stone?
I'm just like, nah, like yeah, like I'm just trying to make sense of what they're saying, and it doesn't work.
He said, "Aloha, cómo estás?"
I don't know.
what
I
single
don't even know what that
language
means. I think that means how are you, right?
Something like that.
Something like
I took,
that.
I took French.
Yeah.
I took
Alright,
French in
alright.
high school. I don't know, like Spanish.
Alright.
That's gonna be tough though.
Dude, I mean, thankfully, I'm usually with someone that can speak Spanish, which is really nice because then I just look at them. I'm like, dude, that's crazy that you know that. Like, that's wild.
Being bilingual, I mean, even trilingual, like knowing more than one language, dude, that's an accomplishment in life. Like
Yeah,
a really big
yeah.
one.
I would love to be able to do that, but it should take time.
I mean,
Like, that
that's why
takes
they say from
time.
like what 2 to like 13 is the best time to learn any languages
Mhm.
and just implant your mind with
'Cause you're-
aspects that
yeah.
you need for
Very
later in life.
susceptible. Very susceptible.
Yeah. Who do you know down there that speaks Spanish?
Abe speaks Spanish.
No way. Did
Yeah.
he take it in high school? Where did he learn that?
No, he's from Colombia. So I
Oh,
think,
word.
I don't know if it's his first language or not, but yeah, he's very fluent with it. And then just literally everyone I meet speaks Spanish.
Like most people you meet know both languages are fluent in them.
Yeah.
That's
literally.
pretty impressive.
It's wild. Like I always tell them like that's kind of sweet, and they're like, it's just you kind of need to know it down
It's
here.
just normal. Now. It's just
Yeah,
normal.
it's
now.
Yeah, I'm
Like not up here.
I'm like,
Just like a Lambo truck is normal down there.
yeah, you see him like freaking Honda
Every
Odysseys
corner,
up here.
it's just
For real?
okay. Yep.
Yeah, you
That's
see him
crazy.
like a Honda Odyssey up here is the Lambo truck down there.
Dude, you get used to
Honda
it real
Odyssey?
quick.
The big vans, They're like a Lambo truck.
A little Honda Accord, Honda Civics.
Dude, that's
It's
like
Hondas.
that's like the average car down there is like mine. So like mine just blends right in.
For real.
Yeah, I don't stick out at all.
Yeah, I feel like I'd be willing to guess that like a lot of the people that live like in the like little apartments like you do in like big cities like
Mhm.
or like high buildings like that, they don't even really have cars. So like
Yeah,
everyone who can afford a
everyone-
car can
Mhm.
afford a nice one. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
everyone's walking,
Absolutely.
bro. I don't walk at all though, cause like there's nothing really close to me other than like Whole Foods, and I just go down the elevator to get the Whole Foods. But one thing about Miami is that it's insanely materialistic, like unbelievably materialistic, bro. Like
Yeah. Do you want to elaborate on that?
just everyone you see is wearing Balenciaga, Louis Vuitton.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, why is everyone? And then I go to Louis Vuitton. I'm like, all right, maybe I'll get some Louis Vuitton. And then I go there and shit's like $5,000 for a shirt. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, dude. When we went there was a chair. There's just a hanging chair. It was 98 grand. You know, casual.
hanging chair.
A hanging chair.
I sat in it because I thought it was just a chair to sit in, you know. And they're like,
The lady was like,
You can't sit
she
in
started
that.
spazzing, bro.
and I'm like, wait, how much is it? Like $5,000 or something? She goes, 98,000. Just laughing at me. I'm like, oh my
Like
god.
what is that doing in here?
dude?
Like take that to the museum. Damn. Like
Literally 98.
no one's buying
I
this.
know.
98 grand, bro. Like, what kind of money you gotta have to spend 98 grand on a chair?
You have to just
Too much.
piss money. Like
Too much.
You exhale money. Here's
just pissing money.
Yeah, imagine having 100 stacks and then thinking, damn, I'm gonna spend this on a chair that I probably could get for IKEA for like maybe $100.
Probably.
Yeah, dude. But that we could also talk about materialism and how it's just fucking stupid.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
I feel
we
like
should.
society, especially the Western society, is just geared towards it. Geared towards, oh, you need to have this. Go to school, build your business, obtain as many luxuries as you can. It's a consumer world that we live in, and we are oftentimes distracted by all the consumption and all these like people who have all this money acquiring all these cool things, and we forget that while we're wanting all that, we're actually in the rat race and trying to get all that. So, you know, if you can see through it, that's one thing, but a lot of people can't see that they're actually participating in the rat race, playing into the societal games.
Yeah,
That are
just
set up by
making
our
rich
culture.
people more rich.
Yeah.
That's what y'all doing.
So, you know, you need to develop your consciousness and see through that, but at the same time, you can still play into it, but you need to be able to see through it if
Yeah.
you don't want to.
So let me ask you this question. This just popped into my head as you were talking. So what would you say, like, materialism and the rat race, what would you say that's exactly a distraction from? Like, what does that... Because people get caught up in that.
Right.
And obviously the meaning, like, you don't really find anything meaningful in that. I mean, you can, but not really.
Yeah.
So what is that distracting you from?
It doesn't gratify you. It distracts you from the potential to expand your consciousness and, like, I mean, you can't really go into it too much without throwing spirituality in there. And I know a lot of people are very logical and they can't see spiritual aspects of that, but it really just takes you away from the simplicity of life. Like, life is simple, right? But we make it so complex by trying to acquire all these things our whole life, when all you need to make it to the next day, you need some water, you need some food, nutrition for your body, and honestly, you can get away with the most minimal amount of shelter. That's the basic needs for life, and it's just everyone's so consumed.
And I feel like buying that materialistic shit is just to impress other people. Like, I mean, some people, like, I've talked to girls about it because I'm like, what is it that infatuates you about, like, Louis Vuitton? They're like, I don't know, it's just so gratifying when you can work hard and buy something nice. I'm like, well, like, what if you invested that money and then, like, use your profits and then you still have the money? Or, like, I mean, that doesn't really correlate other than... I lost what I was about to say, honestly.
Yeah, let me hit you guys with a question. So you just said that life is super simple, Ty, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of curious about this. So I don't think you said exactly that a simple life is better than a complex one. Or, like, would you say it is?
I would say it honestly depends on the person.
Like what would be wrong with a complicated life, I guess, is more my question.
all the stressors and pulling you away from, you know, being down and connected, just connected to something more, being more content with yourself. And let me restate this. You can still have all of the spiritual aspects be connected to the wholesome of the environment or your mind or the greater consciousness.
Yeah.
When you're, like, around all the materialism and you're acquiring abundance of wealth, but it's very difficult to do that while you're up in that rat race getting yours. Like, people lose themselves in it. It's a really tricky slope. You need to stay conscious all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's really easy to get carried away.
It is.
Because then you're just like, how much, and then your life becomes consumed by money. Because then you have to maintain your reputation of being able to afford all these materialistic and luxuries. So then now you have pressure on yourself that didn't need to be there. Kind of like I feel that sometimes because the car and the apartment, I'm like, fuck, like now I have to pay for the shit every month. Every month I have to pay for this shit, like regardless. Like if I want to just chill, I can't just chill. Like
you can always take that pressure off of yourself, though. You're never trapped.
No, never.
Right? So, I mean, that's just something great to keep in mind. You're never trapped.
I mean, it kind of, like, bolster what you were saying a little bit, Alex. I definitely feel you, like, having... Because I felt this when I lived in my own apartment before, like, COVID hit. And I decided to move back to the crib because everything was closed. But but like having that schedule where you have to do something every month, and even schedules where you have to do something every week. Like I've been feeling this with school lately. Is like that those kinds of structures they do trap you. I mean, it's important to be trapped to a certain extent, but at the same time, like they do it. That really is how it feels. Like to me, like. I love having an open schedule because I can do whatever I want. Oftentimes, I'm not really that productive, but like it's fun, it's free flowing, it's spontaneous. But at the same time, like you got to sacrifice a little bit of that for the productivity of having the schedule.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You're right.
Yeah, I definitely agree. It's just finding the balance, and definitely keep in mind before you go under like a contract, like a lease or something. Like if you want to just chill, you can. It's possible to just chill, but like you got to make sure your shit's done first.
Right.
So it's makes life a little bit more stressful. Even though like I always told myself, I'm just not gonna worry about anything. Like I know I'll be able to do it.
Yeah. Easy to tell yourself.
Yeah,
that.
it's easy to tell yourself that, but when you have to like pay like a lot of money per month, and you have to, or your credit score gets fucked, and that's another thing that's fucked. Your credit score, it's just a number.
You can always escape that too. You don't have to play into the system. It just depends to what extent you want to get out of it.
Yeah, you can literally just hop in a van and go off the grid.
Yep, you could do that. You could just leave the U.S., never come back.
U.S.
Like,
is pretty
I mean, not right now. You can't really.
Well, yeah, you're right. But like, you still have that option. I mean,
I mean, there's never really any reason to worry. Basically, is the way I see it. Like. There's always a way out, and then there's always an alternative, and there's always something not necessarily better, but like if you're stressed out, you can go and move on to something.
It's the perception of better. If you see better as being more comfortable, so be it. Go buy your luxuries, be as comfortable as you can be to be your better. I particularly find better with getting comfortable with the discomforts, so I can discomfort tolerance can be, high for my stakes. That's what I just kind of strive for. So if whatever situation is thrown at me, I know, like, dude, I'm gonna be totally fine. I'm coming out of this.
Yeah, this conversation is reminding me of a quote I saw on Instagram. I'm gonna pull it up real quick because I think it is definitely worth it.
I always remind myself that the present moment is going to be replaced by another one before you know it. You literally just gotta bear through this one.
The present moments are just strung together.
Okay, listen to this quote. It's by Seneca. He said, "He who suffers before it is necessary suffers more than it is necessary."
Say that one more time.
He who suffers before it is necessary suffers more than it is necessary.
Damn.
That's so true.
So he's like putting himself...
He's pre-suffering.
Yeah, I've heard about like something correlated to that where like worrying before something happens is pretty much you just you have to deal with the situation more than once.
Yeah.
So like it's like going to dinner with someone and you're like tweaking about it beforehand. You're like, oh, I'm gonna fuck this up. Instead of worrying about it beforehand, why don't you just go to the dinner? And I doubt you'll fuck it up. But if you think you're gonna fuck it up, the chances of you fucking it up are more likely.
Yeah.
On the topic of materialism and like consciousness, I've been reading and listening to a lot of Terence McKenna, and I've pulled some insanely good insight from him. Like, I've been writing so much stuff down, but I'm just going to share a quote.
Enlighten us.
We are told no. We're unimportant. We're peripheral. Get a degree. Get a job. Get this. Get that. And then you're a player. But you don't want to play in the game. Do you want to reclaim your mind and get it out of the hands of the cultural engineers who want to turn you into a half-baked moron consuming all this trash that's being manufactured out of the bones of the dying world? So, I mean, the way you can see it is, like, the way I conceptualize it is, all of our products and everything is, like, made in these insanely impoverished communities, and we basically reap the benefits of all that, like free labor and all that. So we buy all this, and we're supporting.
Not to interrupt
that.
you, but just like to even back that up more, I'd say a lot of these like impoverished like communities that we benefit from is like sweatshops like in Malaysia and Taiwan and like even in China, like horrible working conditions that would never be allowed in the United States. but they are allowed in other countries with less regulations. So we definitely benefit from that a lot. Like that's the reason why you can go to Five Below and buy whatever you want for so cheap, is because they can make it for cents on the dollar somewhere where the government doesn't care about its people as much. But if you want to continue.
No, you're so right though. The way I mean, this is like one view out of the whole spectrum of views on how to view society and the games at play. Like one interpretation that I have of it is obviously it's a pyramid, you know, like everything proportional is in a pyramid scheme.
Yeah.
So
there's one thing at the top that's guiding everybody else. Yeah.
The way I see it, or one view of it, is the dollar at top, and as you go up, the wealth becomes greater, and there's less and less people, but it's all these people just trying to get to the top, and they're stomping on one another, kicking each other in the fucking face, and they don't realize what they're doing, as like they don't realize. I don't know how else to say it.
Just chasing money.
Yeah. It's sick, but like at the end of the day, I mean, do what you want to do,
Yeah,
but
do it
come on,
fulfills
be
you,
conscious
yeah.
about what you're doing. And consciousness is crucial. Like a mechanical man can go through life not realizing what he's doing because he doesn't put himself in the shoes of others. So he lives his life exactly how he wants it. He doesn't make any sacrifices for the greater good, and he's just using up all these resources to pleasure himself, get more comfortable with his life.
Yeah.
He doesn't realize what he's doing. So like, for example, I mean, I cut a lot of shit out of my diet and stopped spending money on certain consumer goods in terms of just seeing what I can do a small like even that really doesn't do much. So I do that for my morality.
Yeah.
As simple as that.
Yeah. No, I totally agree with what you're saying. Just to kind of explore the other side a little bit, I do think it is important that we do have those pyramids. I mean, don't get me wrong.
You're right.
Corporate greed is bad, and like obviously, like violating people's human rights for financial gain is like horrible. Like there's no debate there.
Yeah, that's
but
fine.
like, I don't know. I do think there is some merit in
Same.
the idea that someone is incentivized by material wealth to like make something as cheap and as like easily accessible as they can. Like, I mean, this probably isn't a good example because, let's think about the COVID vaccine. Like, the reason we were able to get a vaccine faster than we've ever been able to get one ever before is because these companies knew that the faster they put one out, the less competition there's going to be in the market. So more vaccines are going to develop as time goes on. So whoever gets to the party first is going to reap most of the rewards. Now, that does also incentivize those companies to like cut corners a little bit and do things that maybe aren't exactly like ethical. I mean, but for the most part, I think, and the distribution has just been horrible. But that's a totally different conversation. But one of the reasons that we have all these things is because of material wealth, like incentivizing people to do things that where a side effect is benefiting a lot of people.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's the basis of capitalism, which I can get with. Like I totally am with the values of capitalism.
Ty Lincoln is a capitalist.
How it sets it up. But like I said, it's about being conscious and realizing what the fuck you're doing and what the fuck everyone else is doing to everyone else on this planet. You know, it's the greater consciousness. We're all connected.
Yeah. I mean, the most important problems people face in life, you can't solve with money.
These are facts.
And that's exactly why caring about the money is not going to be a viable option to
and money's not
solving
your
your fundamental problems. Yeah.
Money will not make you happy.
I mean, a little bit of money would make me happy right now.
I mean, it definitely
right, but
helps.
in the short term,
Definitely.
right?
But, like, it's
you buy what you want, you get what you like, and then fuck.
Like,
and then 1 week later, my electric longboard. I don't really ride that shit.
Yeah,
exactly.
Like, I'm tired of
but
it.
it's like exactly like what you're saying. Like, I get into a fight with my mom. Like, having $1 million is not going to make my relationship with my mom better. The only thing that's going to do that is like us reaching out and like connecting, things like that. Like, I mean, money will keep the debt collectors away from me. Like, it will keep me in a safe house. It will keep me warm. It will keep me fed,
comfortable.
But like, it will address those issues. But there's a lot of issues that exist that it won't address.
That was very well said.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
I definitely think
I've been waiting to get back in the booth.
Yeah, we can definitely cash that one.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're
yeah.
cashing. We'll bring you another one.
Yeah, we'll pump out
Yes,
another
sir.
one for
Yes,
you
sir.
guys.
Yes, sir.
Stay woke.
Stay woke out there.
That was tight.
Metronome on. That's cool.